We're going to Buc-ee's. It's 2 in the morning. We'll check back in when everybody starts getting grouchy in a couple of hours.
That'll take 5 minutes.
Have you ever shoved anything up your ass?
No.
Then
no.
don't talk to The reason I follow all of Volkswagen is because I felt bad because I only followed one at first. And what if they talk about it and it's like, look, Volkswagen genitalia. It's not my fault they named it.
Wait, so who followed you back at one point?
Pepsi Nicaragua.
Pepsi Nicaragua followed you back.
They unfollowed, so I blocked them.
We made it to Buc-ee's.
Unfortunately.
Oh, man.
What do we do? Go in?
How do you feel about the drive, Zab?
Halfway through, I was like, this ain't fucking worth it.
Don't worry, we still have the drive back.
That's
I want
right.
to apologize.
We buy one of everything
Not
here.
explaining what for.
I'm looking at the secret real quick.
I get in my car all mad about something, and I'd be like, Buc-ee, and then I would all my pain would melt away.
Come eat it.
Oh, no, we're gonna... I'll split it with you.
Find this dude and some sarsaparilla and a Buc-ee's ladder so that my mommy can take it away from me because I am a pyromaniac.
I thought you didn't have any money. Where are we, guys?
Somewhere that we don't fucking know. You gotta do the laugh.
Here we're at the Tom the Mailman concert, and we're getting fucking
And I was writing earlier today. I was journaling, and I had some good stuff that I was journaling about that I think would be worth talking about in this vlog here. I was basically talking about how there's a lot of things that I want to do with my life and how there's things that I have done with my life that have given me fulfillment and purpose. I was talking about how I wanted to be more consistent in my writing with my stand-up. And I was talking about how I'm doing carnivore diet for the month of November. And I was also talking about how I'm going to be releasing a vlog every Friday. And I like the idea of doing something consistently for a long period of time for a couple of reasons. I think that it gives you faith in the future. Like if you're doing something every week or every day for the next number of years, you know that by the time it's like 3 years down the line, you know that it would have done something good for you. Like you have that faith that, hey, if I stick with this, I'm going to be really good at this. Or if I stick with this, it's going to have a really big impact on my life. And I'm lucky enough to have some of these experiences already. Probably my biggest experience would be the Dancing Eyes podcast, which is a podcast that I started for people with my eye condition. Like when I first started that podcast, there was nothing on the internet like it. And I thought that it was special. And I thought that it's something that I would have wanted to see. And I thought that the community would have really wanted to see it. But when I started that first episode, man, like the first 3 or 4 episodes got no views at all. And then eventually it got shared on a Facebook group. And then the Dancing Eyes podcast really turned into something for me. And I just had that faith when I first started that podcast that it was going to be a good thing for the community. And I'm happy that I had that faith, because if I didn't, then I would have stopped the podcast and I just wouldn't have done anything with it. And I think it's important to do things like that in our lives. I think doing things like that gives us a sense of purpose and fulfillment. And purpose and fulfillment aren't things that are just handed out. You have to earn them. You have to do things actively in your day-to-day life that bring you fulfillment and purpose. And I think a lot of people are like depressed, and they don't quite understand that it's like, hey, life's not going to give it to you, man. Life's like, you have to start it on your own. And not only do you have to start it, but you have to tend to it all the time. Like I release an episode of the podcast twice a month, which isn't that much. But for example, like the carnivore diet, I've done diets before, and I've worked out every day. And like, if I know I'm going to the gym 5 days a week for like the next number of months, I know that I'm going to get ripped. And I don't know, it's just, I really think it's important that people do something like that with their life. And I'm happy that I do it now. So yeah, man. Anyway, I performed yesterday. Now I'm just transitioning to my life. I performed yesterday. The set went pretty okay. The new material, it's not new. The material that I started off doing last week that I did again yesterday went pretty well. I added some things. Some of the new stuff worked. Some of the new stuff didn't work. So today in my writing session, I'm just going to work on that material even more. I have to mention this in my vlog because I think that it's fucking hilarious. But one of my buddies dressed up as me for Halloween, and that's the funniest shit ever, dude. Like, I'll add a picture in the screen, but I don't know. I just felt like I had to mention that. Just an update in terms of my stand-up. I feel like I haven't been as consistent when it comes to my writing, and for that reason, I'm going to do something that a lot of comics do and a lot of writers do, is I'm going to get a calendar and I'm going to hang it up on my wall, and I'm going to mark off every single day on that calendar that I wrote for an hour, and I'm going to try to make that streak as long as possible. So it just goes back to the same thing of, hey, do something consistently for a long period of time and it's going to pay off. But yeah, that's my update. I'll be back next week with another video, and I've got some friends coming up next week from Florida. I've got a set at Laughing Skull next week, which I'm excited for. So yeah, some fun stuff happening in the future. So yeah, all right, this video's fucking over.